make sure when you're coming into the live, you click the like button. Be sure to share. Help me get through the algorithm. And I want to talk a little bit today about what the fuck this is coming from. Girl, get off of here. Girl, get off. I need you to no. Don't now. Wait, hold on 1 second. Cause you is getting in my way. Okay, I got it. And we're back. Damn Snapchat app was getting on my nerves. But let's talk about today. I want to talk about pretty privilege versus passing privilege. So last night before I went to sleep, I was thinking about this. And what I got to thinking about is, you know, pretty and passable, they're not the same thing. Because you can be passable, but not necessarily be viewed as pretty. Like some people would view me as passable, but not necessarily as pretty. And I know that there are some small changes that I could have made to myself in order to be deemed pretty, in American society. We just gonna go ahead and call a thing a thing. Baby, you gonna hear some sirens in New York, ain't you? We just gonna go ahead and call a thing, and this is not me saying this in order to offend anyone because I know a lot of girls who have had I know a lot of girls who've had facial feminization and who have had just surgeries to make them feel more feminine looking, and I want to use that word. Um, more feminine looking. Now don't get blocked because I will stop talking to block y'all. So talk to me nice because I will take the time to unblock you. But so anyway, right now I'm not answering questions. I'm staying focused on the topic. So anyway, facial feminization in reality is facial Caucasianing. We're going for a more Caucasoid appearance. Even the more what we deem to be the most attractive black woman is is what is viewed as attractive or beautiful to Caucasian people. Like when we look at, the AI images, that's why I chose to, use that AI image on the cover. When we look at how, Barbie dolls are made, when we make a black Barbie doll, or when we look at how our, drag queens, emulate their version of what it means to be a woman. They're tall and statuesque with high cheekbones and long flowing hair, and the model esque. When the black girl starts to gain too much weight or her nose is a little bit too wide, like Lornell. What's her name? The comedian Lornell, is that her name? The little short woman with the wide nose. Like we wouldn't we wouldn't say that she was attractive. I mean, to some degree, there are females who would need facial feminization if making the nose smaller and changing the structure of the face is about looking more feminine. There are a lot of females who are born with wombs, who identify with womanhood, who have hard faces. Like, would you think that Grace Jones needed facial film? Like, would you think that Whoopi Goldberg needed facial film? Like, There are just a lot of black women like Patti LaBelle before she had her nose job. You felt like Patti LaBelle needed facial femme. You felt like Oprah needed facial femme before she got her nose job. And so facial femme, they call it facial femme, but it's really facial colonial face, familiar face, Caucasoid face. It's really that's really what the T is. And I don't have nothing against it. Like I'm not putting it down. I've thought about it multiple times, but this is what I've learned about flaws, perceivable flaws and imperfections is that they build character. They give you an opportunity to learn who you are. They give you an opportunity to embrace yourself and to love yourself. And you learn humility from those flaws. You learn how the world really sees people who are navigating this reality from that perspective. So, thankfully, having my crooked teeth, and having my wide nose, I know how the world feels about people, with crooked teeth and a wide nose. And so I'm able to be empathetic and compassionate to people who have perceivable flaws. Had I not had these flaws, I don't know if I would have just innately been that compassionate. Like if I would have been like, sitting up cackling. And this is what I know to be true from having certain siblings and certain community members who sit up and drag for other people who have these perceivable flaws or imperfections. How they go and get their shit corrected and quickly forget, baby. Hey, you had these same flaws. You had these same imperfections. You were struggling with these same issues. And because you immediately had them fixed, you never really had the opportunity to learn from them. You never really had the opportunity to learn humility. You never really had the opportunity to grow from those circumstances. And and speaking specifically to the trans and the LGBT community, and I'm not talking about all butch queens when I say this. I'm not talking about all gay men when I say this. I'm talking about some gay men specifically. They are very shallow. They're very shallow, they're very narcissistic, and they will use the girl's physical aesthetic for some type of
Mhm.
cachet, some type of collateral. Like if a girl is just in this vulnerable place where she is willing to become this avatar for um, American standards of beauty, like if she's willing to become the avatar for that, oh child, Butch Queens love that. Butch Queens do not mind being slaves for beautiful trans girls. And when I say beautiful, I mean beautiful by the American standard. They will be minions, just like in that movie where the what's his name Gru, baby she could be Gru, and they will be the minions for a beautiful girl, for a girl who is went and got all the face done with all the trimmings and the fixings and has went and got all their work done, honey. They will be the minions, honey, and she will be Gru. This is very true, honey. They will be that for a sickening girl who done went got her nose pinched, done went had thousands and thousands of dollars dropped on her teeth and keeping her body together, and the went had all of the trimmings and the fixings done like old Thanksgiving dinner, like old Christmas dinner. Oh yes, ma'am, girl. The Butch Queens will be minions for a girl like that. They will be minions. And I've seen so many examples of this. And that's a hierarchy in our community, but the price that she had to pay was she had to become an avatar for colonial beauty. She had to become an avatar for that crossover mainstream. I could sit with the white folks' beauty. That's all she had to do. And it doesn't matter how dark your skin is. It doesn't matter how kinky your hair is under that lace front, as long as you have that lace front on. when you present yourself with that pinched nose and those perched lips, and you sitting somewhere looking like a fish called Wanda, the butch queen's gonna eat it up, honey. Then put you in a sports suit, put you in an old pencil skirt, put some labels on you, honey, and they're gonna use you as cachet. And honey, they're gonna run for you like Forrest Gump ran in the movie, and it was in Run Forrest Run. Those butch queens are gonna run for you like Forrest running, like Forrest Gump ran in that movie. So then there's that. That's fine. People have different features. I'm a bigger kid and I made fun of you so are perfect. You I get made fun of. You are perfect in your own way. Well, thank you, biker. TS Thanksgiving dinner. You're attractive. Don't let people use you. They will turn on you. If you're attractive, don't let people use you. They will turn on you. I've been there. It's why I stay to myself. Grand Rising. That bitch said TS Thanksgiving dinner. Beauty is a gift and a curse. Yeah. And I say this, I've said this multiple times in multiple videos because the ancestors did give me um a pretty good body frame, um pretty good skin, and some
Mm-hmm.
extremely high cheekbones. Um and when my eyes, when them girls hit that sunlight, girl, it be on and popping, girl. So I can, like, when I was little, I used to get compared to Naomi Campbell. I used to get compared to Brandy. Like, those were the girls that I would really, really get, like when I was like in my 20s and stuff. And every now and then when I feel it, girl, they'll still give me, when I'm really, really feeling it, they'll still give me one or two of those girls. But the one reason why I did not invest in changing my physical appearance is because I saw how it changed the girls who did. I saw what they became. I saw how they started acting, and I saw how that was affecting our community as a whole. Like, just looking at Hope Giselle's rhetoric again, when Donald Trump um, became president of the United States again for the second time, and just hearing what she said to the girls, like, if you look like this, hang it up, you're not safe. Like, she would have never said that to the girls if she looked like she looked when she first came out. Like, she would have never spoke like that to the girls. And so, like, getting to this point in your transition where you feel like you can now, and I don't care if you were saying it, like, it was the tone. You weren't legit saying it simply because you wanted the girls to be safe. You were saying it because you felt like you were in a position to make that assessment because of how far you've come in your own transition. And so now it's, I can say this and I'm going to say it. And it wasn't, I don't care what anyone says. It wasn't specifically just a warning. It wasn't specifically caution or a word to wise. It was, I feel like I've reached a level of femininity, passability, beauty, a beauty standard where I can now, cuz her filters have become her reality. She's used so many filters. She's seen herself filtered so many times that her filters have become her reality. Now, one thing I'm gonna say about that India Moore, I told India that she was beautiful, and India told me I was beautiful. Just like I told her she was beautiful, and I honestly feel like she's more beautiful in person than she is in her damn pictures. And India Moore really is like. Like Miss Thing really eating it. Like Miss Thing is really sickening. And so the filters, baby, I see why she's able to achieve some of the looks that she could achieve, but I don't know if it's just me. I kind of felt like she is down to earth, and maybe that's just she's mastered how to maneuver in public. But I didn't really get like I think I'm better than you. You hoes can't sit with me. Like I don't get that energy from her. Like I don't really get that energy. And I think that's why she's so likable and why her brand has skyrocketed and why she's where she is. But she did have some advantages when she came out. She started young. She wasn't a very athletic looking individual when she first started. And see, this is the thing about being deeply melanated, like having a huge amount of melanin. And I've said this before and I'll say it again. Girl, we're the blueprint. Black beings, dark, deeply melanated beings, girl, we're capable of showing up in any shape, form, or fashion. And so when you start talking about facial feminization for black people, that shit hit different. Because there's no way that a black being cannot show up. There's no way that a black being cannot manifest. Like all across the board, any way you could imagine a black being manifesting, we can manifest in that way. And so when you start talking about facial feminization for black people, when you start talking about feminizing the body for black people, it's a slippery slope. It's a slippery slope. And we've normalized facial feminization, having this like Snapchat, having like this Snapchat filter look. And don't get me wrong, I ain't yucking anyone's yum if that is what you're going for, looking like a pussycat, looking like a fish. If that's what you're going for, then say that, but don't call it facial feminization. And that's one of the reasons why because I've considered, having my face touched. I'm almost 50 years old. It's not like I haven't embraced my face long enough time to say, oh, okay, girl, I want to go and get touched on, girl, do a little something to my mug. But I think the pushback has always been what they call it, facial feminization. So when a female or a being that was born with a vagina goes and have those same procedures done, do you call it facial feminization for them as well, or do you just call it having some facial contouring? Like I don't understand why they don't just call it facial contouring. Like why don't they just call it face shaping, or face smoothing or face rounding, or but why call it facial feminization? Like that's just weird for me. And because not all beings that are born with vaginas and identify with the construct of womanhood have those kinds of faces. I really want a lot of us as trans women to come out of these echo chambers where we are seeing these very narrow examples of what it means to be a woman. There are women who have hair on their chest. There are women who have hairy legs. There are women who are big at the top and little at the bottom. There are women who have broad shoulders. There are women who have jug heads. There are women who have extreme who have the sloping forehead, like the Homer Simpson forehead. There are beings who are born with vaginas who give all that. And I just wish that we would come out of these echo chambers. I mean, extremely muscular, cocky. Like, there's all that exists. You just have to come out of the echo chamber. And because I'm not in the echo chamber, I see it all the time. It comes down my timeline all the time. Beings who are born with wombs who do not look like what the status quo say women should look like. But when you live in an echo chamber and you consistently feed yourself the same content, it allows you to live in this psychosis of ignorance and to dance in this delusion that makes it possible for you to sit up here and have this fairy tale version of womanhood in your mind, and that's just not healthy for the movement as a whole. Like, even now, a lot of the girls are sitting up here worried about when Trump get in office, how this is going to affect the transgender community. But let's be clear, when he gets ready to attack trans healthcare, when he gets ready to attack gender affirming care, what is that going to mean for cis people who are getting pec implants, who are getting penile implants, who are getting breast implants, who are getting facelifts, who are getting just muscle implants, who are getting, because they get gender affirming surgery as well. Like, they're around here getting all type of surgeries to feel comfortable in their body as well. And so, how can you come for one without coming for the other? How can you come for the trans community from mutilating and augmenting our physical vessels and not come for cis heterosexual people who are around here? Because at this point, we're all trans. Like they say, at this point, we're all mixed with black and white and different races. At this point, we are all trans. Everybody trans at this point. Who's not having a surgery? They're around here having full laser electrolysis. They getting what not have yous done as well. So what does this mean for them? How can you take a right and a privilege from trans people but still be allowing cis people to be around here getting boob jobs and dick implants and facelifts and Botox and laser hair? Like how does that work? How does that work? And so the girls, even cis heterosexual people, have to take hormone replacement therapy. When a man has to get a testicle removed for whatever reason, he's gonna need testosterone replacement. When women get to a certain age and they have full hysterectomies, they have to take hormone replacement. Sometimes they have to take hormone replacement because their chromosomes just didn't balance out right. So how's that gonna work? Like it's just not, the math is not mathing for me, and I feel like it's giving me a little bit of henny penny energy. If we would just use our brain cells to stop focusing so much on how it's gonna affect us individually, and think about how these issues intersect and think about how it's going to affect other communities. Like, we have to come out of the echo chamber and we have to really start seeing how all these things correlate and connect. And a lot of y'all just aren't doing that because you live in a bubble. You live in an echo chamber. You're feeding yourself content. You're feeding yourself information from an echo chamber. Step out of the echo chamber, sis. Step out of the echo chamber, my brother. Get out of that box in the corner, that shoe box in the corner, in the back of your mind, behind the bushes that somebody had kicked down the road. Come out of there, sis. Come out of there, brother. Calling you up out of there. Calling you up out of that space. We just, just use a few more brain cells, if you don't mind. How does she look without a filter? Right. Right. Oh, you saw her without that filter when she was crying. Girl, stop. Girl, you saw it. I feel like people who go on about cosmetic surgery, they have had or want to come from a place of insecurity. I feel like people who go on about cosmetic surgery, they have had or want to come from a place of insecurity, especially in the trans community. Oh, and once those girls get that thing fixed, those girls forget where they came from. Those are, and that's the thing. Like, you didn't live with that perceivable flaw or imperfection perceivable again, because it's relative. Beauty is relative. Imperfections, all that's relative. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. but you didn't experience that situation long enough to learn from it, to learn the humility from it that could have built your character and could have expanded your consciousness and caused you to have more compassion and more empathy for people who will probably always have to navigate, this reality from that space. What about when white people get lip injections? I know it's off topic. Exactly. Like that's gender affirming. Like you're getting that to feel more yourself as who you say you are. That's not off topic. That's affirming. Like that people like cis heterosexual people have gender affirming surgeries too. Just because you're um the gender you're trying to affirm is not in opposition to your sexual anatomy, it doesn't mean that you're not affirming your gender. You're still affirming your gender. You're still, like, if you're a woman and you have hair all over your body and you were born female and you're going to have that hair removed from your body, you want to feel more feminine. And so you're going to have this process done. To me, I think at best he could just take away the insurance and the girls won't be able to get the affirming surgeries on their insurance anymore. The girls will probably have to have a job that they'll make enough money to pay for their surgeries, or the girls would just have to go back to saving or leaving the country to have said surgeries done like we were doing before. I mean, we haven't always had gender affirming care. The girls haven't always been able to run and go and get surgeries. And honestly and truly, it doesn't make any sense to me to like companies and businesses that value your work as a trans person. They value your work ethic and you're an asset to the company. I just don't like if they, because a lot of times people want you to blend in, people don't want you to stand out. And so if helping you to transition will help you to be to blend more into the culture of the workplace, then why would you take that right? Like, unless you're fine, and then that's also a good thing. Like, I would love to live in a society where it wasn't so mandatory that people had to go through all of these augmentative processes in order to be seen and respected as the individuals who they say they are. I feel like this conversation is really an opportunity because he was talking about how the sexes it's only going to be two sexes, and I'm just wondering, like, where are the intersex people in all of this? Like, you're gonna pass a law that says that there are only two sexes, so do trans people do intersex people just disappear? Like, and I said this in my little short video, like, are you going to put them on a boat and send them somewhere else? Like, what's going to happen with intersex people? And then, like, when the babies are born and the parent typically chooses the dominant sex, and like say for example, the baby is born with a penis and a vagina. Well, typically, if the vagina is not the dominant sexual organ on the baby, they'll sew that whole clothes. They'll sew that whole clothes and they will focus on the penis. So what's going to happen with that? Because if you're saying that it's going to be against the law for doctors to perform gender affirming surgeries on trans people, then that means that you cannot, and there's only two sexes, that means that perform you cannot perform corrective surgeries on intersex people. um Wait, I feel like people. Wait a minute. Okay, I read that one. I read that one. And truth be told, men don't care as long as you're available, especially if it's a free session. No more Viagra, no more Cialis. Keep that dead worm. Right, because all of that is gender affirming. If we're gonna talk about it, let's talk about it. That's a good point. 100% pure love. All of that is gender affirming. No more Viagra. That's how your penis is. That's what it's given. No, no, sir. That is gender affirming. Having a hard penis is gender affirming. No, 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 no. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. That
Mhm.
girl doesn't work anymore. You're done. Set that limp noodle to the side. Exactly. Exactly. That's a very good point. See how iron sharpens iron? No more, no more, no more wild yam. What's a wild yam, sister? Coming to the light. Exactly. Surgery is a distraction. I know bricks in better stealth than they have ever been now. Exactly. Surgery is just something, it's just things that we want to feel comfortable in our body. It's not, and we keep changing the standard of what beauty is, and the standard becomes more about how Caucasian, it's a Caucasian standard. It's a standard of Caucasian beauty. Like, no, like, let's be honest. Like, a lot of our ancestors, they bought into the dream, and in order to reach certain heights, in order to reach certain levels of visibility, a lot of these girls, did that. Some of us, we did it just to feel comfortable in our bodies, but some of us, it was a strategic move to grab power in a society that patronizes those of us who are willing to change our aesthetic to be more inviting to non-melanated or feel-melanated beings who are Caucasoid and the like. Like, a lot of us, we change ourselves in order to have that access. And like I said, when it comes to the Butch Queens, honey, bitch, if a girl is willing to go through all that to change herself, baby, the Butch Queens will be your army. Bitch, they will be your minion, girl. Bitch, you could be as dumb as a box of rocks, bitch. Bitch, you could have a salt and pepper shaker going on inside of your brain, girl. If you break it up, girl, and you know how to and you know how to have a little attitude, girl, and you could walk with some confidence, girl, you could be as dumb as a box of rocks, girl. But Miss Thing, girl, if you get that mug together, girl, and you could throw on a label, girl, and girl, you willing to pop out and show niggas, oh girl, them butch queens will put you on a pedestal, girl. Them butch queens, and that is part of the reason why the trans community is in the state that it is, because the butch queens, like, I remember when I was talking to Jasmine Bonet. Jasmine Bonet said that we are the evolution of the butch queen, like trans people. And I don't know if that's true, because it's like, what came first, the chicken or the egg? And I don't think that all butch queens and trans femmes are stemming from the same place, because there are some butch queens who are butch queens, but deep down inside, they are our sisters. They lean more to their feminine. You know it when you see them, because we don't call them butch queens, we just call them queens. There's a difference between a butch queen and a queen. A butch queen is a being that is born male, that identifies more with its manhood, identifies more with their masculinity, rests more in their masculinity. But we can obviously denote that there's some femininity going on there. But they would rather die than say, "Oh, I'm a girl." But a person who presents as male, or who presents in a masculine form, but everything about them reads girl, everything about them is fish, and they don't get mad at you when you call them she and stuff like that, that's our sister. 9 times out of 10, they're not transitioning because their mother would not accept it, because their father wouldn't accept it, because they don't feel like they would get the acceptance that they need from family and community, and so they make that sacrifice to continue to present as male. And so first we have to establish, the butch queen from our actual sisters who are just presenting as male. From our actual sisters, like there is a conversation that has to be had because we do know that there are male beings who just effortlessly read as feminine, effortlessly read as one of the girls, but they will never physically transition because maybe perhaps the Bible, what they were taught about the Bible, not to change their bodies, just those deep rooted beliefs that have been, but everything about them reads a girl. Everything about them reads as girl, you should have been a girl. Like everything about them, but for some reason they will never. And then some of them, they've actually accepted themselves as what they are, and they see themselves as a sidekick to biological females. They see themselves as, I can't get pregnant. I'll never be able to carry a baby. So why am I going through all that? And so there's some deep rooted issues that some of our siblings who present as male, who do not physically transition, are dealing with. And that's a whole nother video. But we have to first differentiate those beings from the butch queens, because we confuse them. Like girl, we get so wrapped up in our own transition and how we see ourselves, we don't take the time to realize that even being a gay man is not a monolith. Even being a gay man is not a monolith. And we have to, a black gay man in particular, and we have to delve into those nuances so that we can really speak to what part of the black gay community we as trans women connect with. Because I don't mind seeing myself as the evolution of a black gay presenting male who is accepting of their wholeness, who is not, one who feels uncomfortable with she pronouns or they pronouns, or but any any black gay man who is not comfortable with their wholeness, who's not comfortable with owning that they are in part their mother and their father, and that they are a combination of those female and male DNA genetics. No, bitch, I'm not an evolution of you. I did not come from you. I can connect with I can connect, however, with some, gay black men who just for some reason cannot get past everything that society has put in place to make them feel like um you're just a man. You are born with a penis, you're a man, that's what you are. Sweetheart, what do you think a clitoris is? It's a baby penis. Your penis is just a little bit more pronounced. We all start off as female inside of the womb, and so because you were not able to unlock that door and walk through that door and see yourself, um, my heart goes out to you. But at the same time, the butch queen who sees himself as a man and clings to that manhood and clings to that title as a man because he feels like it somehow makes him superior or it somehow makes him better, when the XY chromosome is really honestly just a deteriorated XX. Like literally, if you just remove one of the limbs off of the X chromosome, like if you take X and you do X and you just erase one of them legs off of that, you get XY. So clearly XY is some sort of deterioration of the XX chromosome. And so for you to feel like that makes you somehow superior to beings that were born with vaginas, that's a whole nother video again. So but for the being who identifies as a gay black male, and deep down inside you know that you're whole, deep down inside you know you're your mother and your father, your grandmother and your grandfather, but like I said, for the aforementioned reasons, You just weren't able to get past the religious stronghold. You just weren't able to get past the relationship, losing the respect of your mother. Because a lot of the girls, those who of us who have that buried in us, they'll wait till their mama die. Just like we have trans attracted men who will wait till their mom passes before he starts dating that girl he really want to be with. And so a lot of them, just because of the way they were raised and those deep rooted family values, they don't really come to terms with that. And so I for one feel like a girl is a girl, surgery or not. I don't judge our people based on surgeries. I judge by the spirit. I try the spirit by the spirit. So to me, it's not a me coming from the XY chromosome as much as it is just me coming directly from the XX chromosome. Like, because that's where we all came from. So I don't feel like I'm the evolution of the gay man or the evolution of the butch queen. I feel like I'm an evolution of wholeness. I feel like I'm an evolution of the mother and the father. But I can embrace certain aspects of the black gay community who are doing the work of coming to terms with their own wholeness. But I'm not just finna be like, oh, you was a man, you was born a man, and you wanted to be a woman. No, you keep that foolishness over there. Like you keep that for yourself, baby. Um, Before I started my transition, that part when I started my transition, everything was underground. And child, everything will probably be underground again, during this Trump administration. The younger generation forgot what it was giving 15, 20 years ago. Yeah. And that's what happened. They gave us the term trans, and the children was out here breaking their neck, running up on the plantation to get a spot and get some extra crumbs from off massa plate table. And they got so comfortable and so cozy in their skin, girl. Them children forgot what struggle was like. And I was one of my elders in community asked me to start studying stoicism. And I want to make that offering to the people who are watching this live in this moment. Stoicism has to do with Marcus Aurelius, who was like a Roman emperor, if I'm not mistaken. And Stoicism teaches you to prepare for the worst. So Stoicism teaches you to sleep on the floor in your kitchen sometimes, to take a cold shower instead of a hot one, to eat potatoes, even though you have other stuff that you would prefer to be eating, to just make you a simple basic meal. Stoicism teaches you to appreciate what you have, to always have a spirit of appreciation. And they use the example of when you get caught in the rain. Do you feel bad when you get caught in the rain? No, because we have been conditioned to expect the rain. We know sometimes we're going to get caught in the rain. And so Trump's administration is just an example of getting caught in the rain. You prepare, you get you an umbrella or something like that. So, yeah, people who are, and I'm not trying to be insensitive to people who are all, feeling the Tony Braxton song. It gets me all torn up, baby. You somewhere, it's another sad love song. I'm not dismissing your feelings, but I'm just saying, like, life is give and take. It's ups and downs. It's not gonna always be up. It's not. As contrary to popular belief, Cardi B said it's up and it's stuck. It's not. It's not always. It's not gonna be always up and stuck, sis. It's not. Life is full of ups and downs, boo. It's give and take. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. That's just reality. Life and death, bitter and sweet, dark and light, chaos and order. It just not gonna always be up and stuck. And so when you expect that and when you feel entitled to that, that really just speaks to how we as a people are not doing the work of wholeness. And we're not playing the whole tape. We're not looking at the full picture. We're in a bubble. We're in an echo chamber once again. And as I said earlier, girl, come into the light. Get out of that shoebox in the corner in the back of your mind that somebody had kicked down the street. Once again, exactly. There has never been a transgendertopia. Exactly. Never. What's going on? What happened to the affirming surgery group? What you talking about, sister? 100% right. Call them gay men. Butch Queens is a slang. Well, I'm saying Butch Queens in order to differentiate the kinds of gay men, because all of the gay men don't fall into the same category. So Butch Queen is not like a derogatory term when I'm using it, but I definitely could understand how people could misinterpret it as that. So maybe I should provide more clarity and more context. But Butch Queen, when I was coming up, just like we still use the term Femme Queen. So if we're gonna do away with Butch Queen, are we doing away with Femme Queen? Because the girls still calling themselves Femme Queens. So why we can't call a gay man a Butch Queen? I'm just saying. I call them homosexuals, because all because they call us all types of men when they get big mad, or a guy that likes to look at one of the dolls. Or a guy they like looks at one of the dolls. Okay, they're gonna remind him, baby, we got the same thing. She just got a wig on and a little chest fat. Period. Or dudes that get in that booger drag and pretend to be trans. Oh, baby, because it's a lot of them, honey. They will put on that wig, honey. One night only. One night only. That's all I got to give. One night only. They will definitely give you that. Gay dudes. Stoicism. Yeah. Yeah, and it's about helping you to detach, like detach from your emotions and not allow yourself to be overtaken by, things that, because negative stuff has the potential to happen. That's why I walk places. That's why I walk places so I never forget. Drink room temperature water. Yeah, I do that. I preferably prefer that. Get dirty. Use your hands. Yes, honey. Yes, honey. Thank you for the purple hearts. Butch Queen, Butch Queen, Femme Queen. Right. So I mean, I don't know why we should not use Butch Queen, but we are still using, like, the girls have embraced the term Femme Queen. The girls still call themselves Femme Queen. Isn't Femme Queen derogatory? Shouldn't the girls all be calling themselves trans women and transsexuals if that's, where we're going? So I don't know. That's just my opinion. But I wanted to talk about, I wanted to use this video to just kind of, like, express some of my feelings on how I felt about how pretty privilege is used to kind of like be oppressive. How pretty privilege, how we, even in the black community, we have a hierarchy that is based on physical aesthetics, and that hierarchy is not inherently always about being the most conscious, about being the most present, and if it's not about being the most conscious, and if it's not about being the most present or being aware, how is it beneficial to us collectively? You know, there's a lot of oppression that still exists in our own community. And I think that before we can confront the oppression that we are potentially facing under this, coming administration, we need to really, really take a fine tooth comb and a magnifying glass and really, really inspect a lot of the things that are going on in our own communities. Like, we need to look at our hierarchies. We need to look at those trans beings who hold power, and just inspect why they hold that power, why they have that power, and what they're using that power for. Because at the end of the day, the gay men, the homosexuals, whatever we want to call them, they are some of them are disassociating themselves from us. You know, Trump's administration has created a divide that is growing once again. There's always been a divide there, but that divide is becoming stronger as we see young black males like Amir Odin putting out content that separates the GBL from the TQ, community. So we have to inspect ourselves in our own circles and be like, okay, girl, why are you in this position again? Why are you the overall mother? Okay, girl, why we all calling you grandma? Why we all calling you mama? Girl, why we all following you again? Cause beauty might get grand prize and it might win a crown, but how is it going to protect us from policies, from laws, from because we know when this movement really, really got went was going down, them were the girls that was being killed. The pretty girls were the girls. The pretty girls were the girls who were getting killed, and they were profiting. How many pretty girls? Pretty girls you remember that became the face for trans murder and what was happening. Like, those were the girls that was getting targeted first. And so if those girls were targeted then, are those girls going to be the girls that get targeted now? And where does that leave us if that whole season is reenacted? Like, where does that leave us? Like, so we have to really, really start inspecting what we're putting on a pedestal and what that means. Inspecting our leadership, inspecting our hierarchy, inspecting those girls that we're placing on pedestals, and understanding where are they leading us? How are they leading us? How are they guiding the consciousness of the movement? This is a legit and sincere question. I don't want to belabor this video. I had that thought. I wanted to kind of flush it out via this live. Um, leave your comments in the comment section and tell me what you think, because now, honey, it's really time. It's really time, honey, to start doing an overhaul. It's time to start doing a full inspection of the house from top to bottom. And I'm just, I'm thankful for where I am in my transition. The biggest changes that I made, you can't really see. I got my breasts done, obviously. I got my hips done. Um, I had my chin hit once, but like, you literally, like, that shit took years to show up, cause like all through my 20s my shit was still like, but I got a little pinch right there. And and I got bottom surgery. It wasn't my transition wasn't really about changing my aesthetic to be more pleasing to white people. It was about changing my body to feel more comfortable. Um, just period. You know, I was a girl who loved tucking. I was one of the girls who, you know, put her testicles, you know. So I used to do my testicles like this. When I had my piece, when I used to tuck my testicles right here. So I would like pull one testicle up here, then pull the other testicle up here, and then I would pull back. And so when I would walk around, my testicles was always right there. And people, you know, people would scare me and they would say TS housing inspection. And people would scare me and tell me, girl, one of your balls gonna go up in your stomach, and you know, what if somebody kick you right there? Like so many things that people would suggest that could potentially happen to me from tucking like that. And yeah, yeah, yeah. So many people would, you know, make, you know, say that this could happen to me from tucking like that. And so that's what made me hurry up and get my castration done, get my orchiectomy, because I didn't want to deal with all that. But I was always like, I walked around naked, tucked. You know, I got so good at tucking, I could literally bend over from the back, and baby, that girl was buried, honey. And you didn't see no pussy lips, but you also didn't see no dick either. You know, you just was like, it was an enigma. You was like, what is this, an intersex person? What's going on? But girl, I was good at tucking. Oh baby, I could tuck her, girl. And that's how I knew that I was definitely on the road to having bottom surgery, because, you know, even before, girl, I was just, girl, I was tucknificent. Bitch, I was the Houdini of tucking. Oh, bitch, I was a tuckologist. Bitch, I didn't need a tuck strap, girl, because, girl, bitch, I was Tuckiana. I was the tuck specialist. So I had a PhD. Okay, tucknificent. It's, it's, bitch, I was tucktastic. I was tucktastic. Okay. Who's tucking who? Okay. Okay. And gave all of that and was still tucking it in the nigga ass. Because I was not one of those girls who was so phobic of her penis that she wouldn't dive in cakes occasionally. But for me, diving in cakes wasn't really about, oh, I just gotta have them cookies. Oh, I want some of his booty. It was more about, I know this what he wants. I have one. Okay, Trey. You like that? You like that? So that's what it was more about for me. Like, booty was always, I could take it or leave it, you know. Yeah, booty was never just like, oh, I've got to have these cookies. Oh my God, these cookies are amazing. I don't know what I would do with Cookie Monster. It was never really that for me. But I would pose down and stab some cakes. But it was just like, I don't know, dude's just not really good at keeping that back there clean. And I got tired of the poopiana, the fecal matter, the Juki love, the the the, the muddy Mondays, you know. And I don't know, you know, depending on what you eat, your fecal matter can have a more potent, aroma. And I just, mm, the Hershey Highway. It's just the mud, the Hershey must. I just, if I could avoid it, if I could avoid it, the only poop that I want to deal with is mine while I'm hoovering over a toilet. I don't want to engage. You know, when I was doing sex work, I would give them the golden showers. I've pissed on a few people. But when it came to scatting, I had to scat. Not doing the scat play. No scatting for me, sir. No beef gravy for me. Gimme, 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 gimme gravy tonight. No thanks. Mm. And baby, those one or two times when I did paint, I felt like I had been raped. It was humiliation for me. But it was a humiliation ritual. I never was just able to just be fine the next day after I painted. You know, I had sisters who would paint boys effortlessly every time, girl. Just give him, just a old pound of poop. You know, and it just never set well with me. The next day, I would just always be depressed when I had painted. And I just, no, but some of my girlfriends, they would be like, child, he know what's back there. But who wants to smell that, while you're going, that's that chapstick. Who wants to smell that, while you're, touring Pound Town, No one wants to pass by, that aroma. Like, we're touring Pound Town, and girl, it's giving garbage, it's giving sewage, it's giving a sewage pipe has burst. I don't want to go to Pound Town on the night that the sewage is backed up. I'm no, I don't want to go. I don't want to go there. I'm good. Forget butter. It's Dookie love. You've got the love that I want. No, you remember Luke? Luke used to sing about it. Get it. Don't stop, rock with it. Dookie love. Dookie love. Let's make it Dookie love. And I was like, give me that Dookie love. I was like, Luke, are you talking about? And then you remember um RuPaul said she on the corner selling peanut butter. She's selling peanut butter. I had a trans mentor when I was younger. She used to like to get her booty ate with peanut butter and suck penis with peanut butter. And for me, peanut butter, like correlating peanut butter with anal sex, like using peanut butter as versus whipped cream, because I would use whipped cream, but using peanut butter in anal sex just didn't set well with me. Crunchy peanut butter, just any form of peanut butter in anal sex, like sucking peanut butter off a penis and putting peanut butter in the booty hole. I'm just like, I mean, she would go and get a jar out of peanut butter out of the room and just go in the room with the whole jar of peanut butter and just be in there cutting up with the peanut butter. And I'm like, why though? Like, peanut butter? So you wouldn't know if an accident happened because, hey, it's peanut butter there. Just mix it in and just, just, man. Mm. Man, man, I remember one time years ago, this dude was riding around the beat that painted, looking for the queen that that painted him in his Pooh Town. Just left Pooh Town. Doodoo Brown. Yeah, Doodoo Brown. Doodoo Brown. Don't stop. Get it. Yeah. George Washington Carver wasn't thinking about that. Girl, I'm hollering. Fecal matter. Right. 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 Because fecal matters. That's right. Girl, I never understood people who would incorporate peanut butter into anal play. That's just weird for me. It's a little bit too telling. Girl, what are you really trying to say? Girl, what are you really trying to say? What are you really into? I want to dance to the nude. Dancing the nude in the strip club. That's some jail shit, right? And she did a lot of time in jail. She did a lot of time in jail. And so it's like, I guess she was used to the peanut butter play in jail with real peanut butter. So when she came home, she was like, hey, let's make it sweeter. Let's give it a little taste to it. Imagine like a guy, like you painting a guy, and I know girls have had to do this before. Like I know a girl who had to do this before, girl. She painted a guy and he made her suck it off. He made her suck it off. Girl, he made her suck it off. No, she was just nasty. Girl, he made her suck that juju off, girl. Don't stop, pop that coochie. Let me see you, Judy Brown. Yeah, girl. Yeah. So, girl, because I was just never really a fan of that whole thing. Girl, when I tell you when I had my penis, I can't tell you how many times I remember seeing fecal matter on the head of my penis. And it just made me feel like this is not how I want to spend the rest of my life. You know, I don't want to be 50 years old pulling out a poopy penis. You know, posing down, and he done lost control of his bowels, and I done dug in them cookies, and you know, still pulling out a poopy penis at 50. I'm good. You know, I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. Thank you. I'm gonna leave that to my other sisters who like to engage in the poopy play, but I'm good over here. All all the straight people love that song exactly because they here for it. I mean, the dudes just like when a woman is on her cycle, how he'll run up in that that bloody space. He'll run up in that poopy space and then feel guilty after he done got his nut and baby be jumping up and down up in there, girl, and this smelling girl and this stinking girl. It's some dudes will put their piece in anything, girl. Put their piece in a bloody space, a poopy space, girl. They just don't care, girl. Painting burns, I'm sure. Dookie, don't fail me now. Girl, and I can remember those times, girl, when Trey was jumping up and down in my cookies, girl. And girl, I knew I had the boo boo, but I was trying to get that coin, girl. And girl, you remember this face? Girl, that's girl, you remember this face, girl, while you trying to get your coin. Girl, what was that face, girl? What was that face? Girl, booty cheeks tight as I don't know what, girl. Girl. Booty cheeks is tight as I don't know what, girl. Booty cheeks is like a pit bull, girl, attacking somebody, girl, praying that don't nothing come in, girl. Ooh, girl. Right after he was going chasing waterfalls in the toilet, girl. Right after, don't hit that spot, please. Wait, you hit the water. You hit the water, babe. Eruption uploaded. Don't poop, baby. That's right, baby. Hold it, clenching them cheeks with all your might, girl. Booty hole, don't fail me now, honey. Don't fail me now, girl. Grippers don't fail me now, girl. Girl, and then, girl, when he slide it out, girl, and it be clean, girl, you say, and run to the toilet. And girl, this how you be. This how you know you worried you gonna pay, girl. When you pull that piece out, girl, you be like this. Look back there. See is anything on it, girl. Girl, you the hell them cookies for dear life, girl. For dear life. Okay, you gotta check on it, girl, and make sure. But girl, I don't know how we got to the fecal matter conversation, girl. Like we just drifted off, girl. But I guess we needed something light and funny. I guess we did need something light and funny today. But I'm about to get up and go and fix me some breakfast, girl, because I'm hungry. Which I've been trying. Like I'm back on my diet again, girl. I was hungry when I woke up because yesterday I had a Not you about to talk about food right after you just finished talking about Dookie for about 10, 20 minutes. But I had a roast beef and Swiss on roll yesterday, and that was the only thing that like I woke up. I had some fruit. I had some strawberries. I had some blackberries. I had some juice. I had no. I had some water, some strawberries, some blackberries, and I had a small bag of peanuts. But not peanuts because I'm allergic to peanuts, but like mixed nuts like this. So that's what I had yesterday for the first part of the day. And so the biggest meal that I ate was the sandwich, and I couldn't eat all of the bread because there was a lot of it. But I had a roast beef on a roll, and then for dinner, I had probiotic yogurt with I had a probiotic yogurt with some um with some blueberries in it. And so I woke up today and I was hungry, but I was like, I'm not gonna eat early. I'm gonna wait. And so now I'm finna go and make me like a vegan breakfast sandwich. Yeah, I still got a craving for some seafood because yesterday I wanted some seafood, but I don't feel like my UTI was like giving me what I needed it to give for me to feel comfortable traveling too far on the train. So I just like stayed in the vicinity yesterday. But I don't know. Today, I think I might want to do that. Today, I think I might want to make that train ride and go give it. Yeah, girl, I bought me some condemned grape juice. I bought me some cranberry juice, some water. I think I'm gonna try to do a little dilation today, cause girl, I dilated for 3 months straight, honey, and I have like took a break for like a week, but chill. I think I'm about to go ahead and get on top of that today before I leave the house. But yeah, I just wanted to get on live and do a little check in with y'all. I'm gonna call you later on today, sister. And thank y'all. Thank you for doing 100% coming on here. I enjoy chitting, chatting, and shooting the breeze, and just talking about talking about some things. I enjoyed biker exploration, saying sharing, and yeah, this was a cute little live. Make sure y'all click the like button. Make sure y'all subscribe. Remember to light your candles to prepare us for times that are now. And the next time I post a video, I will actually light the candles in the video. Make sure you leave some purple hearts in the chat. I love y'all. I'm about to get up, put me a little what you call it on, go downstairs, put something in my stomach, and probably lounge around a little way before I get ready to hit it up at the door. Um, yeah, being back in the whole SRO situation um, is definitely different, but I've been spending so much time around other people and not, just being able to go somewhere and lock my door and be by myself and just have, privacy. Um, it hit different. It hit different, just being able to be by yourself, just having those moments of clarity. And I'm thankful for it, even under the circumstances, I'm thankful for it. And so there's stoicism, like appreciating having less, appreciating, you know, um, taking a step back. Like, yeah, I'm appreciating it. And if that's good. You about to go light up your blood, sister. All right, I love y'all. Damadana say Kui keep spinning and turning Iangani Iyanko Kalukalo, which means I am a child of God Goddess, and if I am, you are bound and round both circle and square. We too speak life, so operations beware, sending healing to those in despair. Il Babusawa, which means we come in peace, no harm to any. Layla. Love y'all later.